Best car I've ever seen. Heated seats in the back and all. Air vents, look, in the doors. That's smart.
This is an ideal cabin car.
Yeah, this is ideal.
Daily, really.
Yeah. Look at this. Imagine going on a long journey.
Right, mate.
Imagine going on a long journey. You'd be absolutely flat out.
Oh, not bad, though.
Yeah, this is nice. This is like, oh, very comfortable.
Very nice. The leather smells good, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm hogging the seats now. To get something else here.
Yeah.
644 Nan. It's your Nan's car.
ZX.
Gosh, this takes me back. I'm showing my age now.
Yeah, I remember these when I was a kid.
Jeez. I don't remember them being particularly like desirable, but
Sleeping, that.
gosh, there's space in
What's
that.
that called?
Count as a hearse, isn't it?
No, it's an estate, isn't it? But it's a thingy, isn't it? What is it? I can't remember what this is called.
DS23.
DS, that's it, a DS.
I don't think I've ever seen one of those. And why are there two number plates like that?
When you open the boot,
Oh, here we go. Got man twice.
top goes up and the back will drop down. So when it drops down, you can't see that plate, but you can see that one.
I
So you
see.
can drive it with the thing loaded.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I think it's the only car ever made with 3 number plates.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Never seen anything like that before. French diesels, they will run and they will run.
The later engines are a bit more refined. The car came out in 1975.
Interesting. And obviously you've got the hydraulic suspension.
Yeah, it's on full lift.
I was going to say, it looks really high, yeah.
Standard no.
Sounds like a Swiss watch.
Yeah, it's working today. The hydraulics are
So it's
always
a good
very
day.
reliable. The stuff that goes wrong is the stuff that goes wrong on any car of this age. So
Right.
carburetors. So that's standard ride height.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's extremely soft. Nitrogen steers. And the damping is just the size of the hole between the hydraulic fluid. It's basically the suspension, hydraulic fluid. Then you've got a sphere with a membrane. On the other side of the membrane is the nitrogen. And then the fluid acts on the membrane, compresses the nitrogen because gas compresses, which is why it's so soft.
I see. So because it's so soft.
And the size of the hole between the two is basically what controls the damping.
Ah,
So
interesting.
there's no springs or dampers or anything like that. It's all just
So, as you say, the suspension's very soft. Do you need strong anti-roll bars to counter that? Or do you not? Or is it literally it will roll?
It will roll.
Yeah.
The later ones don't roll as much as these early cars, but they do have self-leveling.
Wow.
So if you get in,
And this is 1970. Wow.
but then
Okay.
the DS from the 50s had the same system. So you know, 65 years. So if you were to load this up 4 up, it would sink, and then it would rise back up to self. And if you get out, it would then lift and then drop back down.
Right.
It makes a great mistake. You can throw 600 tons in the back, you know, in the back. The ride height, it'll self-compensate.
It will adjust for it.
It will adjust. There's a flush fit.
Yes.
The lights are flush fit. You've got the convex rear screen, the cut-off tail. The underside, if you look on the underside, is completely flat. CX is actually the French acronym for drag coefficient. So in English it's
nice.
CD, but in French it's CX. That's why it's named the CX, because the whole thing was done to be aerodynamic.
That's an interesting story behind that.
The style, directed styling. And yeah, they're just they're very rare cars now.
Yeah.
Even in Citroen circles, you know, I was specifically asked. The group put out a note on Facebook saying, "Has anyone got a CX? Then bring it to the show, because we've got virtually every other model, but we haven't got a CX."
Yeah.
So I thought, well,
Yeah. Well, you're getting some. Definitely, I'm sure you're getting some positive feedback from it. It's,
yeah, well, it's
certainly
very
in good
popular
condition.
at shows. I normally do small shows. Normally it's the only Citroen there, let alone.
What's the how big's the engine? What's the displacement?
It's 2.2 this because it's an early one. Later ones were 2 litres, but about the same power. But it's a push rod engine. The later engines have timing belts,
Right.
and they're a bit more refined.
Yeah, I didn't want to offend you calling it a diesel, but it did sound like one.
But yeah, so it's all shoehorned. It's got some massive cross member. You see, these are the suspension spheres I was telling you about. So that's spring and damper in that. So it doesn't have any dampers, doesn't have any coil springs. It's all done with that. One on each wheel and this one on the back.
There's like a service item. Do you need to change them like
Yeah,
every?
you can just unscrew them.
Really?
Like an oil filter. You can change them. And as I say, all it is just about there. There's a rubber membrane, and this top half is full of nitrogen, and then the hydraulic fluid, the hydraulic oil, which sits in this reservoir, acts on that side and pushes against the membrane. That's what makes the car so soft.
And obviously, there's still manufacturers that make these replacement spheres.
Yeah. Because DSs use them and GS.
So there's still a market for it. And then is that a big hydraulic?
That's the air conditioning.
Is it?
Aircon in this.
It's got aircon.
Wow.
It's not working,
Unbelievable.
but it is all in there.
Yeah.
So these are the aircon hoses that go around under there to the heater.
And
That's
when
the
was-
fresh air vent there.
And
You
when
don't get
when
much fresh air in one of these. It's
Oh,
either
really?
get warm air or boiling water. And that's about it. Because it just comes through that vent, goes down into there, and you can see the size of that thing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't get much flow. It just sort of gently meanders its way through, and eventually it comes through the cabin. But it's right next to the exhaust manifold. So by the time
So
it
it's
gets
warm
to the
already?
cabin, yeah, it's pre-warm.
It was great in the winter, but
So it's great in the winter, but it's a nightmare especially the weather we've had lately.
Yeah,
I
last
wouldn't
couple
have
of
been
weeks.
here today if it was 30+ degrees because it's just so unpleasant.
so is this the famous French electrics we're talking about here?
Yeah.
Do you have any problems with these?
Yes.
So had to
Are
be a
they,
yes
are
to
they
that,
as
wouldn't
bad
it?
as they're purported to be? The French
They're not
electrics on
great.
these? No,
And part of the problem is
because this
all the
looks-
wires appear to be yellow. So when you buy an English Classic, you've got colour coding.
Yeah.
On a French car, the wiring tends to be all the same colour, and then at some point you'll have a little sleeve like this to
Yeah.
show that it's alive,
Yeah.
but the rest of it's just yellow, along with 600 other yellow wires.
Wow.
So it's a bit.
I
of a
can see
nightmare.
more yellow wires actually just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a fuse box here, and there's a fuse box there.
So mechanically, it doesn't seem like it's too bad to work on, but when it comes to the electrics, like it can be a bit.
The electrics are a nightmare because the
Yeah.
wires are all the same colour, and it's difficult to work out what they all do.
Got you. Yeah.
Mechanically, they're as reliable as any car in this era. The hydraulics don't cause any trouble because there's really nothing to go wrong in them. The stuff that causes grief is the engine, and the carburetor, and the ignition, like any car in this.
Fascinating. Very interesting
How many
car.
miles has this one done?
40,000.
40. Wow.
Yeah,
So really, really
nothing,
not,
is it?
Not driving around too much.
No, well, it was bought new by a woman in '76. She drove it for a couple of years, maybe for 30,000.